doesn't matter. Whatever. This type of food poisoning made me shit for 3 days.
Your whole hockey team watched the OC.
Yeah. Just boys being boys, baby.
Shit, son. There you go. Yeah. That was you who made the noise that time. Shit, son. Yes.
You ready?
I'm back. I think we started already.
Oh, we've started. What do you mean we started?
I'm pretty sure we've started already.
Oy.
How excited am I to see?
Why would I ever look back in anger?
This is the first.
Don't look back in anger.
Welcome to my oasis.
Yeah.
We're like brothers, but we don't hate each other.
How much does it cost to look back in anger? Is there a fee?
I'm trying to bit. I'm gonna riff with this.
You don't have to. It's just it's been in my head all day.
What? Like someone like having an issue with what? Don't look back in anger.
It was just a Jewish Noel and Liam Gallagher were walking down the Jewish part of London and heard a Jewish guy going like, "In what world would I look back in anger?"
Yeah, exactly. Why would I?
Couldn't possibly.
Anger at what?
What is it to be angry at? It's gray. It's London. There's no sun. My skin can't burn. It feels fantastic.
Doesn't sound that now the Jewish doesn't. It's confusing because the accent's there, but he's not complaining about anything, so it doesn't.
Well,
make
he
sense.
loves London.
Yeah. Okay.
This is paradise. There's a queen who tells me what to do. I don't have to think.
Did she ever do that?
No.
Was she ever like?
I don't think so.
I just swallow my gum. I'm hearing it.
Yeah. Did you really just swallow your gum?
I just swallowed my gum.
Man, I think the last time I swallowed a gum, I remember specifically it was because I was like, it was a packed comedy nest where like, I think it was Kurt Metzger was headlining.
Sick, son.
And I was not performing. I was just watching. And it was so fucking packed that I didn't want to get up to throw my gum out, so I just swallowed it. And I felt like a huge bitch in that moment.
I do it all the time.
Really?
Yeah. If I need a quick swallow, no problem.
And then your shit doesn't stick to the toilet bowl? There's no
there's
no repercussions?
No.
There's no awful repercussions?
Sometimes I worry that when I shit on the street that someone's going to walk in the shit and then get stuck in the shit.
Right, like quicksand.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to get sucked into it, but you know.
Well, with your shit, so who knows?
You never know.
There's a reason why you have to get a tushy.
I love that thing. That thing makes me
Before the tushy, Oren went through 7 toilet bowls in every fiscal quarter.
I'm never done shitting. I just tease my asshole a little bit more, and it goes, okay, I'll do the.
Sorry, what?
I just tease it a little bit with some water. You know, you stimulate your anal.
That's why you're looking so skinny.
Yeah, no, I'm not. That's so mean that you'd even say that. I take that as such insult.
Really?
Yes. They just posted my face all over this goddamn website.
Yeah, it's true. The commercials out if you want to look.
Why does the back of my head go straight into my back?
Yeah, man.
There's no. I don't get why
it's fucking great. You look like I don't know. You look like a Batman villain henchman. You know, like you look like what's his name? Not Batman. What's the fucking bald guy from Daredevil?
The sexy one. Oh, Kingpin?
Yeah. In case you're watching, this is an eyeglass cleaner. This is not a condom that I'm taking out to fucking order.
No, it's I thought it was like a wad of antiseptic, so you could just before you take your needle.
Right.
Before you do your heroin, you're.
I think there is a bit of alcohol in here, actually, rubbing alcohol. It looks like a wet one if you're listening. It looks like it's for your glass. I knew I was gonna because it's raining outside. I knew my glasses were gonna get foggy.
That's what I said about my date. That's what I said about my date.
You knew it was going to be wet outside?
Yeah, I'm like, that looks like a wet one.
Man, it's a wet one. like 7 inches from the pussy, son.
Yeah, pussy, son?
Yeah.
From the pussy, son?
Pussy, comma.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. I still unironically love that song, by the way.
My Spanish Harlem Mona Lisa.
Yeah, beautiful lyrics.
I mean... It's one of my most annoying qualities amongst the many is all summer long. Whenever it's hot, I'm just like, man, it's a hot one. And then she'll be like, and when I say she, I mean the C word, you know. And I don't mean this. I mean like the C, like her name starts.
Yeah, not that. See you next Tuesday.
The C word over there, and I'm like, oh, I meant her name. I meant like it's cute.
The boat.
It's a cute nickname.
The boat going towards the sea. Careful with the fucking recorder.
That's what.
Get your foot around there.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Get your foot around there.
I'm limber.
Do some twister.
And okay, forgot what I was saying. I'm seeing
your
I'm distracted.
Girlfriend is angry at you every time you say, "Oh, it's a hot one." Okay,
she knows it's coming.
What are you distracted by?
Just this is the first time I'm looking out the window and there's buds on the trees.
Oh yeah, it's true, right?
That kind of makes me
hopeful. There's birds
hopeful.
fucking.
I want to see some birds fucking. How do they? Oh wow, I was with someone recently and They were a bit older, and they were with like younger, like
Your grandmother?
No, not my grandmother. Don't try when I'm not specifying who I'm talking about. Don't try to get the specificity out of
Another friend?
Yeah, exactly.
You have another friend besides me?
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck?
And
What the?
so I have a friend. So we have a friend who got chickens. Okay.
Yeah.
And they have chickens in their backyard, and it's pretty cool. And so that person has kids, and we were with the kids and the chickens. And my other friend was talking to them and saying how if you just take one of the chickens inside and put it under a heat lamp, you'll get another chicken. And I go, what? And I go, yeah. Well, that's how chickens are made. If they sit on them and they warm them up, that's what. Like if you take them fast,
right?
Then they're eggs that we eat.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
if you let them sit and chill,
so they don't need to fuck. What do you mean?
I love how you're confused, and I'm looking at him just like I'm looking at you, like what?
What are you talking about?
Because you guys are being idiots. Like who doesn't know that you need a man?
Yeah, you need a male chicken to fertilize the egg. No.
Yeah.
I thought
I mean an actual the semen, right?
Yeah.
It could be identify however it wants. I don't know how this cock identifies. But,
yeah.
So I don't want to put that down. But
okay.
All you need is and so I'm looking at him and going, "You're serious, right? Now this is really what you think, you know?"
He thinks that chickens are reproducing.
Yeah, I like the idea. I was like, did you think that like if a woman has her period, she could just put a heat lamp on her stomach for?
That's how it works.
For a few months, and then you're pregnant.
That's why they put that gel on the belly.
Yeah,
if you don't do that, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I thought if you take a chicken and you put it in a bath of
blood,
mirin, light and dark soy sauce, it just comes out as a ramen egg.
Oh yeah,
just a full. With the gooey yolk in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's called a soft boiled egg, you idiot.
Yeah, I know, but it's the ramen, the marinade also affects it.
Yep. Did I ever tell you that as a kid, whenever we had Sunny Side Up, it was called Eggy with Yellow because my father's an immigrant, so that's what he called Sunny Side Up. He didn't know that. First of all, you don't know like Sunny Side. They don't tell you that that's what the egg's called. That's a sneaky one, you know. What
do you mean they don't tell you when they
mean,
pass
like,
the citizenship test? That's the last question.
It's not an easy language one to grab. You know, when you go for eggs and there's all these weird ways scrambled, you'll figure out. But what is Sunny Side Up?
I mean, it looks like a sun looking at you. What are you talking about?
It's
a pretty simple one. Over easy. That's stupid.
What if you were raised in a cave? You haven't seen the sun.
Well, okay. Is your father from a Palestinian cave?
Yeah, you know. Well, no. Nope. We would have even taken those over. We're like,
that was the point.
Dig down.
Yeah.
Dig up.
Dig up. Yeah.
Dig
up. Stupid. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Sunny Side, Eggy with Yellow, and I thought it was called that forever because we never ate it anywhere else.
So you would go to like a diner and be like, "Excuse me, can I get an Eggy
with
with
do
yellow?"
Not talk like that. That's not what
this
I
is before
like.
the speech impediment classes.
No.
Excuse me.
I was. Yeah, that's what I took the classes for.
Yeah. To get rid of your Brooklyn Jewish accent.
I got some tongue surgery, and it took away my twang.
The cat comes every time.
Yeah, it's a small house.
Isn't she supposed to be killing stuff outside?
Nah, it's raining. She wants nothing to do with it.
Oh, right.
She's on a hunger strike or something right now. I don't know what she's been eating the same food forever. Sometimes she wolfs it down, and now she's just I don't eat that shit anymore.
Yeah.
She's just looking at me like, what the fuck is that?
What is Costco food?
Am
I not worth more than a Costco food?
It's just I'm like it's empty. I'm like she's looking at me like it's empty. I mean, she knew she was in the view there. Did you see that?
Yeah, she's doing everything wrong. She's touching your vape cartridge, walking on your phone.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first time I did go out for breakfast, because that's the first kind of meal you go out with, like go for a breakfast,
with friends. What do you
know? With a girlfriend.
Oh, with a girl. You go out for breakfast. That's the first meal.
Yeah, after we fucked. When I was 12.
Yeah. Not like to go, get fries at McDonald's or like whatever.
That's not. I don't consider that in. I've done that hundreds of times by this time. Are you kidding me? I'm a seasoned vet.
You're 9 years old going to the
9
McDonald's
years old.
at Atwater, fighting off the homeless people and just.
I'm 9 years old. I've woken up. She's still sleeping. I light a cigarette.
Do you understand algebra? Or is it just me?
Take a sideway piss because there's still cum at the tip of my dick. And
also because you have holes on either side of it, like a flute.
That's because of the piercing.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know about that.
What, you got to talk about your Prince Albert?
I don't not. I don't not.
I don't not have. And now we finally hear it. Oren has
I would never.
Your dick's got a speech impediment too from the dick
like,
piercing.
it's not big enough.
Right.
They're like, sorry, we can't do that.
Just mostly, you have to take the piercing out every time you want to take your dick out of your
Because even
pants.
it's so thin that like the two barbells will touch each other. Like there's not enough. It'll just fall out. It's like an eyebrow ring. You know, they fall out after a little while.
Do
because,
they?
Yeah,
I
because
didn't know that.
your skin tightens up. You know. Or it loosens. I had a great grandmother who had these earrings, like I guess when she was like 150 years ago when she was a child.
Right, yeah.
And now they were just giant holes. Looked like she had been
Like
stretching
gouges
them.
or whatever.
Yeah. Looked like
Gauges,
your asshole
gouges.
after a good Saturday night.
Like mine?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, yours is still elastic. It goes back.
It goes back.
It goes back.
It goes back.
You know, it doesn't hang loose for the rest of the day.
You got a slinky asshole. If you put your asshole on a set of stairs, it just goes down automatically.
I'm ready to fuck.
Come on, man. That was good. I like it.
I was thinking about an asshole like if that was someone's superpower, you know, because there's so many superhero movies.
Like elastic ass. Isn't
Yeah.
that a thing? I've heard that in my life.
Or
before.
it's just like and his asshole just comes out like a snake almost, you know.
Yeah, okay. Like a prolapse. Like
Yeah.
the prolapser's here.
Yeah, exactly.
Get back here, citizen.
Yeah.
And it's just
That'd be sick.
I don't know why he's going after citizens, but
See,
he
if
is.
I had an asshole like that, then I wouldn't need my tush. I could just take it out, like, you know what I mean? Like,
just like kind of like jam shut the laundry, like the washing machine door on it, and just let it go for a spin. You know?
well, yeah, because I would imagine that I could pull it out and then take it into the sink and just clean it out with my hands.
Right.
And then also what you could do with it, and then I would imagine you also have a button like on a vacuum cleaner that shoots it back.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
okay.
So I don't have to like
that's an extra,
reel it back.
but
Yeah. And then oh my god, you could fuck it really.
What's
it'd be so easy to fuck it.
What's Batman's guy's name again? His butler.
I think it was. I was gonna try to do something very black, you know, just to make it. But I was like, Jamal doesn't sound right.
No.
It's the wrong name.
But whatever, that guy.
Alfred.
Yeah, it's like Alfred. Can I get a?
Dude, I pretended to not know his name for a second, just so I'm not the biggest
Oh, really?
name in the world. I knew it before.
Because I was thinking Q, like the James Bond, like expert guy. You know, like we have a new technology for you, James. And it's it's your asshole. If you press this button located on the tip of your dick,
yes,
it retracts back into your ass.
Okay.
So you can use it as a lasso.
A lasso.
You can use your asshole as the lasso.
But why wouldn't I just bring a lasso?
You could lose it.
Okay, I see. And if I lose this, I'm in trouble, right?
You can't lose your asshole, James.
Yeah,
it's part of your ass.
That makes
sense. The queen won't let you.
Question: Can I fuck it?
You have all these women at your disposal, James. The rules don't apply. You don't need consent. It's how it works through the books.
I got a license to fuck. Goddammit.
Got a license to fuck my own ass.
Says it on the cover of the book. I got a license to fuck. Goddammit. I did a show recently.
What do you mean?
An online show.
Who?
Mikey Carosa.
Okay,
I'm sure you said no to it.
I couldn't do it.
I was like, I'm like, Jason had to have said no, probably because he's not paying us, because he's getting paid but not paying us.
Right.
So it's awkward.
I mean, it was a very tight deadline. I couldn't do. I was coming
First of all,
back from
not so much shade. Like I get it. He's getting paid something. He's asking if I mind. I could say
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just
How was it?
It was okay.
Okay.
It was the youngest crowd in the world. It felt like this was
Yeah,
set
there's
up in a
CEGEP,
kindergarten.
right?
Oh my god.
So
CEGEP.
16 to 19.
So young. I was
Yeah.
like, oh wow, these are not gonna like me.
And did they? They liked.
They smiled. They were good. They like all really didn't want to put their mics on at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which again, I don't mind because if
it's-
anything, it fucks up with the timing.
Yeah.
It's more the visual. I want to see your stupid face smile. You know what I mean?
I felt a lot of I heard a lot of nervous laughter from Mike. Like I think he was laughing, but also like worried. Yeah, exactly. I love that laugh from him.
Yeah.
It's so obvious. Whatever. It went all right. It was fine.
Right,
and then
yeah.
I brought him up, and I even listened to his set. It was fun. He's just such a quirky whatever, you know.
Yeah. A lot of
And
energy.
A lot of
It's nice,
energy.
yeah.
And
I don't know how you fake that.
so then I got an email the next day from the CEGEP being
Yeah.
like, we're gonna put this just on one quick live stream for our classmates or whatever as somewhere else or
Okay.
something. It's not gonna be like there to be watched, but it's a one-time thing. Just making sure that's okay, and also we were wondering if it's okay to share a clip or something on social media or whatever. And I was like, at first I was like, okay, but I had a really busy day at work yesterday, and I just was nonstop working, so I just was like, I'll respond to it later.
Right.
But then this morning, I get a follow-up email that says our supervisor watched the clip we had watched the video that we prepared, and they told us we had to take out your entire performance. And she was like, they deemed that the pleasing a woman like an instrument was deemed inappropriate. That's the main one that
I didn't think you'd do. Okay, I wasn't expecting you to do stuff like that. Okay.
That joke, I was thinking about it before I went on because I was like, I the blackface joke I have is definitely too risky.
You can't do right now.
I'm not going to do the kike joke, and those are the ones I actually want to do right now because they're kind of worked and like I've really minimized them and added new tags.
But there's stuff going on in the world that maybe you don't want to do the blackface joke.
No, that's why I'd like
that's
to
why
do
you
it.
want to do it.
That's why I want to do it, actually. Right. That's when I wrote it, and it's actually the weird thing is that it's still been going on.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't stop.
It's the one joke that you'll be able to do forever.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. So, but it's a great joke, and it kills, normally. So but I knew I couldn't do it, and I was just like, I don't want to do 6 minutes of being Jewish. I can't do it.
No, you do your whole life like that. Why?
Exactly.
It's called escapism.
Give me 4 minutes of not being, for a minute. And I really thought it's like a cute joke, if anything. Like I said it like, please your woman. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's so clean.
It's
like I didn't say any of the clitoris part or any of the movement part. All I said was like it's a lot like playing an instrument.
Right.
Every woman's different, Maybe because I said the piano doesn't give a fuck. Maybe I said that.
Oh, you said fuck.
Maybe I said that.
Was it supposed to be clean?
He said keep swearing to a minimal. He kept on writing keep swearing to the minimal, and I did. That's for sure. Maybe that time it slipped. I'm not positive though. And then he also said I'm not worried. He kept on saying I'm not worried about your subject matter. I'm not worrying. And I'm like, okay, well, he says
When's
that.
the last time he saw you?
Exactly.
He's been living in Toronto for a few years.
So this is the only joke that I'm thinking he could even possibly associate with me.
Right.
I was like, this has got to be the one that he's saying.
But I don't think he had written it at that point. He moved probably right before you wrote that.
So again, I don't think it didn't like they didn't act weirdly about it, and the last punchline worked with them,
right.
But it's just funny to finally see that, like like when I kept on talking about corporate bits and what was possible and what could be done. And here, I really want to write back.
It's not a corporate bit. It's a bunch of junior college, 17-year-old,
But it wasn't them who
right.
It's like
the
some
administration.
exactly. And I just thought it's just really funny to hear that, and you want to write back and be an asshole about it. You want to write back like, oh yeah, well, should we not talk about sex for the rest of your life? Want to pretend it doesn't exist,
right?
Like something. But then I just like, oh, thank you, I understand. Have a great ass.
Of course, have a great ass. Yeah.
And goodbye. Maybe, but should we pause, or it's only been like 5 minutes?
It's been like 17 minutes, but I was gonna say. Did you fuck it? Because I don't know. Okay, I think this might be interesting to the 12 comics who are listening. Did you have everything in the forefront of your mind? Because one of the reasons why I said no is because I knew I was going to be back home at 7:30, and the thing was at 8, and a half hour to remember even 5 minutes of material is
Yeah, so exactly.
I don't know, man.
I was juiced working like an asshole this week, and I just thought in my head, okay, this is a good excuse to not work for 5 minutes tonight because I know I'm working through the night. And it's good. I mean, if I'm going to do this thing with you in May, I need to try a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And so we are doing this thing.
Yeah, we're going to do 15, 20, 25 minutes each, whatever it is.
And so...
And we got to book that soon.
Exactly. And so I was like, I'll do it. And then I'm like, okay, it starts at 8. He wants me on at 7:55. It was 6:30 at the moment.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to do another half an hour of work, like 45 minutes of work. I'm going to close my laptop. I'm going to take a shower and think about my bits as much as I can.
Right.
So that's what I did. Got in the shower, did my thinking, and then I started to think about everything else but my bits, And then by the time I'm out of the shower, I'm like, fuck. So I just run out and download the video that Rodney sent me of the time I did with him. Oh, that's
smart. Yeah.
Rewatch that, and I'm like, I can't do half of that shit because it's all so dirty. And that's when I kind of was like, I'm doing triangle, I don't have time.
Yeah.
And I fucked that joke up so hard, man. It's so funny.
It's a layer. Well, I mean, if you've never seen Oren's act, it's like a 10-minute bit.
But I did a shortened version of it, but I still fuck parts up, which is funny because I've done it so many times. I thought I can never forget it. Okay.
Let's take a quick break for water and batteries.
Yeah, we were watching My Octopus Teacher, and it's all about this guy who becomes best friends with an octopus. He just goes to the same area in the shallow waters every single day because he's got no life, and he definitely
is fucking the octopus.
He's definitely fucking that octopus, I'm thinking. And if not, he's definitely got a tentacle dildo at home.
Oh, they actually make those.
Yeah, he's definitely a hen shy. What do you call it?
What do I call it specifically? Me?
Yeah,
me in the community?
Your Facebook group? Yeah, exactly.
Me and the crew?
Yeah.
You know what it's called.
Although I'd love to get on that show, so no joke. What is that? Is that the hentai?
That's not
comedy show?
hentai. It's the anime one.
Yeah.
The otaku or whatever it's called.
Otaku comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, the weirdest people in the community of comedians in Montreal are on that show because it's like people that you would expect to be on an anime comedy show, and then there's just like out of the woodworks like ABBA.
Yeah. The
and
killers.
just like
We're like, well, I'll do it. I'll do a set in front of 2,000 people, no problem.
Yeah,
That'll
it's
be fun.
true. Eh?
There's so many people there.
Yeah, it's the Comic-Con, you know?
Pretty
The
cool.
Comic-Con. I sound like a fucking 50-year-old man.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I saw so you're not so your girlfriend was saying that she's becoming vegetarian now because of that doc.
We watched the doc, and I think she watched another one too, and she was like, "Fuck the animals."
Well,
and
no,
also,
don't
it's,
fuck the animals.
yeah, yeah, unless they want it, of course.
Yeah.
But I think it's also an easy way to eat healthier. Is that you think go vegetarian, you eat healthy. You know,
It's not. It's the same shit over and over again.
Yeah,
Everything's a paste or a bean or like, you know.
But that's it. I think I read a tweet about I don't remember the tweet, but just I remember the thought was like, I wish taste buds didn't exist, you know, so I could just put whatever in my fucking face,
Right.
and just call it a day, you know. Because sometimes you're like, I don't want to care, right? Right now, I haven't eaten.
You okay? Your face is kind of drooping on one side there.
Shit, son. The truth is I haven't eaten anything all day. I've just been working and drinking coffee and smoking joints. And now I'm going to have to eat. Now I want to reward myself. You know what I mean? I want the tastiest thing in the world, you know?
Chicken nuggets.
So exactly. So I'm going to order something and I'm going to spend too much money. I should just boil some pasta, mix it with some butter and olive oil, salt and pepper, cacio e pepe, you know, and then just put some Parmigiano Reggiano on top, and call it a fucking day.
That's one way to do it.
But I also want more than that. You know, I want to.
You want to fuck it.
I want it.
You want a special sauce, is what you want.
Yeah, I just want it on my face.
Man, I made.
I want regrets.
I made a Japanese braised pork belly.
Yeah.
And it took me like 6 hours, and I've just been like eating it.
That sounds delicious. Look at you,
it's
cooking
like candy, man. It's so fucking good.
How much brown sugar did you put on it?
Tablespoon.
Okay.
Inside this, the pan with the mirin and all that. But I'm getting sick of Asian food now.
The Helen, the mirin.
Yeah, the Helen mirin.
The Judi Dench.
Yes.
all those Asian, all the Asian spices.
The
Glenn
Close and
Glenn Close is.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So fucking good. But now I was asking you what you're
Make me
eat,
some fucking food.
Well, next, okay, fuck, I'll bring you a
We're
thing.
fucking falling off, bro.
Well, the first half was fine.
We're
but
falling.
You have not eaten.
We are falling
I
off.
saw a bumper sticker that said ass, cash or grass. No one writes free. Classic.
Okay, yeah, because you got to either give them your ass.
Yeah.
Give them cash.
Yeah.
Or give them grass.
Smoke a marijuana.
Or smoke them on a joint.
Here's the thing: is that there was one guy driving the car, and then in the car, in the car was a dog, and that dog ain't got no cash, ain't got no marijuana. That dude is fucking that dog.
I did basic math.
Yeah, just through the transitive property.
I really hope there's nobody out there fucking dogs.
No, please don't.
Leave them alone.
If you're watching this, please let this be your.
Could you imagine the way your dog looks back at you? Oh.
No, dude.
Why? I'm a good boy.
Oh, it's a boy in yours?
Yeah, for sure. Wouldn't you fucking in the pussy if it wasn't a boy? Wouldn't you at least aim for the vaginal?
Well, that's it.
Can you find it?
I'd have no idea how it works, man. I have no idea how it works. I've had I guess 3 lady dogs now in my life, and I still don't know how that fucking part of it works. It looks like an ass and then a little triangle where piss comes out. I don't know where the dog pussy is.
It looks like a triangle?
There's a little nub at the end.
Stare at the triangle.
Well, dude, if you're walking your dog, you're looking at its ass the whole time being like, please shit, please shit, please shit, so you don't wake me up at 6:30 in the morning, which is what she did today. We've gotten to the point where finally she sleeps downstairs alone. Because if she sleeps upstairs in her dog bed next to the bed, she wakes me up 3 times a night to tuck her in. She's a fucking freak.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but this morning she wakes up. I don't know. She woke us up at 6:30 to go out and shit, and she shat and diarrhea all day because she's been eating fucking scraps off the ground.
When I had a 45-year-old dog, at the end, when you would come upstairs, it would take him an hour and a half, and you would have to stay upstairs even though you were planning on going downstairs because you have to respect his effort.
Right.
And all you would hear is just like one paw, like two paw, and then his neck, like the chain on it, not the chain, the collar, with his tag. Then it would hit the stairs, it would drag. So like boom, boom. Boom, boom. It would go for like 20 minutes while you're watching something. You're like, oh my god! And then you'd see him, and like you'd have to carry him down because he'd look at you like, I don't know. Oh god, there's no way I'm going the other way. He had a mole on the bottom of his chin that grew when he turned like 12.
Yeah,
he died at 15. We put him down at 15.
That's so old, man. My dog's like probably 10.
Yeah, it's a lot of years.
She's got so many years left.
Yeah.
She's not gonna die ever.
So at 12, he started growing this mole at the bottom of the chin, and then every day, and literally every day from 12 to 15, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. To one point, it was hanging so low. It looked like a giant, like it just looked like like someone's like an old apartment, like the ceiling's leaking. It's got that water bubble of paint, And I'll just go to the vet, be like, "Can you please take it off?" And they're like, "Well, it'd have to be surgery. We don't know what's in there. It could be a major vein." And
we're not put it down, but put it to sleep, and who knows if it's gonna wake up?
Exactly.
It's 13 years old.
And he's like, you can't do this. It's too cosmetic. And you're like, it's not just cosmetic. It's dragging on the floor. It's so disgusting. Now when he's walking up the stairs, I hear 3 paws come up.
And then the chain.
Oh man, so nasty. I love the hell out of him, but people would come over and they'd be like, "Oh, he's so cute," and people go right to under the chin, and they don't notice it at first, and then
it's like touching an old lady's thigh.
It would like collect in their hand, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, his lip fell off."
It's like flubber, no. But it doesn't bounce.
So nasty. Simba, we love you, man.
Simba, that's a good name.
Yeah. He was a cute ass dog. I mean, he was a cocker spaniel. The temperaments were annoying. I think I told you about. He was so anxious. He used to walk around with his ear in his mouth, just chewing on his ear. It was the funniest thing. And then when
you transmitted your Jew to your dog,
dude. And if he lost it wasn't his mouth. He'd like have to catch it. He'd be swinging his head back and forth,
giving himself a concussion.
Yeah, biting in the air, swinging his head back and forth until one landed in his ear.
Oh fuck, man.
He lived with my mother for like 5 years after I moved out when I was 18.
Yeah,
and then I took him back at the end of his life, kind of thing.
Okay,
which was very fun. Let me tell you.
You
lose the dog for 5 years, and you get him back. He's just like falling apart, got a mole. He's epileptic. You come home, man. There's blood all over the house because he bit his tongue and you didn't know, and he's happy as shit. But it looks like Dexter just had a fucking surgery.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it was so crazy. And so in those 5 years, they were like I missed out on her never walking the dog. You know what I mean? She's let out in the backyard. We probably had like a 5x5 backyard, right?
Right. Okay. So like from here to the camera.
And she let it out every day, and then every time it snowed, he would shit, and then some snow would come on that, and he'd do another shit level.
Yeah.
So I come back from some vacation. I was like in Israel or something. I come back and we're sitting outside, and I look outside, and it's literally, it looks like she just brought a lot of fertilizer, like tons of earth into the backyard because there used to be grass, And I look, and it's just all shit. Like, I'm talking about inches of shit, like not even spaces in between the shit. And I'm looking at her like, and she's like, "Oh, we're gonna have to do something about it." The next day, our neighbors called the police.
What do you mean?
They called the cops because of the sanitary issues.
Was it a shared backyard?
Well, it's not shared. It was split, but it's like it's like townhouses. So
right.
Right.
So
next
there's no fence.
There's like a small little fence, but like you just smell it. Like you just come out and all you smell shit. It's just melting.
What
did
the cops do? Like give you a shovel?
They knocked on the door and they're like,
"Gotta clean it up, man."
Look, you fucking nasty piece of shit. Yeah.
I mean, like my parents have a good sized backyard, and like, but I would just neglect the shit picking up all winter, and then one day comes springtime.
Yeah, nice space of backyard, so you go around and you do the big pick.
Yeah, the big pick, but fuck, it's horrible, man.
Dude, when it's 5x5 and
when it's 5x5, you just put you put a fucking garbage pail down and you just scoop it up like a...
Dude, what's so funny about this place, okay, was that, and this is real, I swear to God, okay, so when you have a 5x5 fenced up backyard, when it snows, that snow piles up, and it was a crazy snow summer, so the snow went up above the table and chairs that there was there,
Mm-hmm.
So the snow, like the dog would go out, he like managed to like create like a mountain up to that area.
Yeah.
He would go up, and he's walking right next to the top of the umbrella that shades us from the sun, he's just walking around the umbrella. But that's also where he's shitting, right? And then when the snow melts, that just goes down to the table and the chairs.
So
there's
condenses.
So there's shit on the table. There's shit on the chairs. Like it looks like it rained shit. It's raining shit. Fuck my life now. It's raining shit.
That is absolutely disgusting. It sounds like your dog was working on a recipe.
I will say, cleaning it up with my little sister, I've never laughed so hard in my fucking life. Like,
Why?
grossed out, wanting to puke, but
Yeah.
just the fucking hilarity of us just, like, how do you even go about? I remember at one point we were trying to get it to a garbage that was, like, down the street, you know, because it was a public garbage. So I found this old cat, like, baby
Did you have to
cat.
carry the shit through the house?
No, because we went through the back, because it's in the backyard.
Okay.
So I carried it from the backyard to this public garbage that was on the corner, right?
Right.
But so what I did was I found this old baby carriage that was like being thrown out,
Right.
And I took it and I was filling it up with with shit bags and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. And then I was trying to wheel that to the garbage, but then the carriage broke halfway through the wheel, and all the shit bags opened up and fell, and now I have a shit pile in between the other shit pile, and it was just so funny, man.
Dude, because I was asking if you brought it through the house, because I remember like when the shit operation would happen from the backyard, your options are, because like the fences don't open, the doors to the fences don't open because there's still snow and ice.
Mm-hmm.
So your options are throw it over the fence, where you risk you're putting it over your head, and you risk so much. You risk the bag opening up above your head and just getting a shit shower.
Yeah.
Or you carry it through the house. You put it in a second garbage bag and you carry it through the house, and it's just nothing bad ever happened. But can you fucking imagine if anything ruptured in either of those situations? Just the shit in the 3 months worth of shit in the kitchen, trying to make it to the front door, or you like try to fucking shot put it over you and just falls, and it's in your hood and it's in your fucking jacket, and it's like there's no.
That's amazing. That's the one I want to happen so badly.
To someone, not me.
Just to watch it happen would make me so happy. You know, like small things like that.
That's just one dog, too. Like, there's this fucking house on my street. They got 2 Dobermans and a husky in a backyard, and it's like I know they're like not neglectful, but their place is disgusting, and I know they don't pick up their shit in their backyard.
Yeah, I mean, most people. I mean, look, almost everyone does it. You know, we're gonna have a nice big backyard, so hopefully we'll be okay when we get a pup, and it'll just try to track those shits. You just do the best you can, and we were pretty neglectful owners. Young. I remember coming home one day after just like I went to a friend's house after school or something, and I came home and it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And everyone was like my sister was like downstairs watching TV. My parents were both in the kitchen after dinner, like cleaning up or whatever. And the dog comes to the door and like greets me, and his snout is the size of his face. Okay, and like I can't even see his eyes because his snout is so.
And no one's
inflamed.
noticed this.
And he's like wagging his tail, looking at me, but he can't even see me, but he's wagging his tail. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I walk up to my parents. I'm like, what happened to the dog? And they're like, what are you talking about? And they look, and they're like, oh my god. And my mom's like, I brought him to the vet this morning. I go, this morning? He got a shot this morning, and he had an allergic reaction to it, and she didn't fucking notice it.
No way, man.
I'm probably exaggerating. It was probably in the afternoon or something. But I'll never forget coming home in the evening, just seeing my dog like, what? Is no one in this house? Like,
they're gonna help me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember. I had one dog. Yeah. No, actually, both the boxers were just fucking obsessed with trying to eat bees. The amount of times I had to go buy Benadryl. One time I was in summer school in university. I was like in summer class, and I had to rush home to get baby children's Benadryl and shove it down my dog's throat because her fucking face was swelling up and then with the fucking swollen face, I'm bringing her to the vet. On the way there, she's still fucking snapping at bees and shit.
Eating another bee on
Can't
the way
get enough
there.
of it. Give me the bees.
It's so dumb. Like it's funny because they have a learned behavior generally, dogs. Like
So you're saying I'm trying to eat bees and she's looking at me? What are you talking
exactly.
about?
She's like, why the fuck is that guy? No, I just think that I'm just saying it's really dumb of a dog because they're supposed to learn from punishment and
from the first bee.
Not just even the first bee. Like if it's a several time thing, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. If it's happened even more than once, you think they just kind of learn not to fuck with certain things.
You would think so, but both dogs got skunked. No, one got skunked once, and one got skunked
Skunks
twice.
is different. It's not painful. Like it's more
It can't
annoying.
feel good, man. In the face,
Yeah, it's true. And
straight
just-
to the eyes.
Also,
That
they have
ass
such
juice.
a huge, like a crazy sense of smell. So like they must just be like. But it's just
Imagine.
crazy how dumb. Because all dogs will still look at you an hour after being sprayed, happy as shit, looking at you.
Yeah.
I've seen dogs with like full of like needles from porcupines.
I
so
think you're
fucking
just
happy
thinking of
as shit.
Homeward Bound.
No, it happened to my dog too.
Oh, okay.
Got a few porcupine. Homeward Bound. I was thinking because I'm moving relative 20-minute drive away from where I live now.
Yeah.
And I've
Oh,
heard
and your cat.
I've heard stories of cats like someone moving to Ville Saint Laurent from downtown.
Okay.
And their cat and they're getting a phone call from their neighbor 2 weeks later, their old neighbor 2
Yeah,
weeks later,
yeah.
being like, your cat's outside. And be like, how is that even fucking? What did it get
It's
an Uber?
15 kilometers. Yeah.
Highway. Like,
Yeah. It's true. It crosses the Met.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like going through the airport.
It's like, what are you talking about? It doesn't even make sense, but you don't even. So I was talking to my little sister about it, and she's like, "Do you think?" She's like, "Yeah, that'd be crazy if it homeward bounded it on you."
Mm-hmm.
Like got together with 2 stupid dogs. And
What's the situation? You're gonna have a fence or no? Not yet, eh?
there is a small fence that we want to rip. It's like a chain link, so it's not very nice.
No, but like for the cat for
Yeah,
now.
but
if
the
you put it
cat, no
outside.
fences. I can't, like, what am I gonna I have to build? I have to build a chicken coop around my entire backyard.
Yeah.
Like chicken wire all the way up.
This
to the
fence can't
sky.
hold me.
No, I'll just have to let her go and hope she comes back. Is I think.
think
what's
so?
Yeah, it's gonna be a.
Because she's
slow,
an outdoor cat, right? Like,
Yeah, not.
You
she's
put her
not-
on a leash.
Yeah, I think I've never realized that this is the issue. Is if it becomes super, like, it's gonna be awful for her. She's the queen of this. She literally, I go outside and she's across the way. I'm on the 3rd floor. She's across the way on the 4th floor of the next building across me,
Getting
on their
fed.
balcony, just like chilling there with like some person. And I'm like, what? You're so fucking like. And she's just looking at me like, I'm like, how? She just hangs out with all these people around the fucking hood, and she like bosses people around.
Gets so much. Yeah. Well, I mean, good for her, man.
I got like the neighbor downstairs in the basement. He's like, look, we adopted a cat, like a 3-year-old cat, and I think I'm gonna let it out. And I'm like, what am I, the cat father here? Like,
Yeah, they're looking for
it's
advice
not
from
me.
you.
It's like she wants like Kitty's approval. Like she's like, I'm worried maybe Kitty won't like her so much. I'm like, fuck Kitty. Who gives a shit when Kitty?
Let her get in a fucking
Yeah,
fight, man.
spray Kitty when Kitty shows up,
Yeah.
and Kitty won't. And she's like, well, I want to make sure. I'm like, don't fucking. Who gives a fuck? Like it's.
I like that. I like to imagine that you didn't name your cat Kitty because you don't give a shit. You named it Kitty after the wife from that 70s show.
Yeah. That's because I was obsessed, and that's what I imagined her voice would be like.
Aw, Oren, give me some food.
Yeah, whatever that fucking laugh was.
We're both so bad at her voice.
Yeah, I know.
I've never heard 2 people.
I can't even remember what she sounds like.
I can kind of, but I can't do it. I'm so bad.
No? Man, what a shitty show. Anyways.
I liked it at one point.
Yeah,
but
of course,
I
but-
imagine if I tried to rewatch any episode, I would be like, this is not watchable.
Even as a kid, I was like, this will do, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this is fine.
Yeah, I think maybe because I was like getting into pod in the 70s.
Right, okay.
And I remember I was getting into Cheech and Chong, old Cheech and Chong skits.
And then
stuff
you would
like
see
that.
him once
And
in a
Chong
while,
was
yeah.
all like, this is legit.
Yeah.
If Chong's here, it's legit.
I
I remember
didn't-
like Up in Smoke, I legitimately really like the first half of that movie is very funny. The ending is kind of funny, but the middle is just drags. But their sketches were never really for me. They were always
I don't think they were
so
very
weird.
good, yeah.
Their sketches were like all jerky off and like I don't know. But
I've never actually seen anything.
But
so I
Up
don't
in
really know.
Smoke has some fucking very amazing classic comedies in it.
That's Cheech and Chong?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's really great. That one.
I
That
thought
one's
that was like Friday After Next or whatever. I thought that was like another Pootie Tang type movie.
no.
Up in Smoke.
Up in Smoke is a classic. That one I'll give my thumbs up to. Yeah,
And fuck, I was gonna ask you something else about the fucking.
I do.
When are you gonna break up with your corner store guy? When are you gonna let him know?
I haven't let him know yet.
Because this man has seen you through everything. He's seen you.
I remember at one point, like 3 years ago, before I was in this relationship, a few years ago, his wife looked at me when I was buying like another box of Kraft Dinner or like frozen pizza, and she's like, you also have to buy
Vegetables.
vegetable food to make food at home. Like she looked at me so concerned.
Yeah.
Like,
Like you're not doing well, dude.
yeah, it is crazy how that dep is treated like the grocery store to so many people around. Like that is where they shop. Like it's not like I once saw a guy walking around there with a cart. I was like, dude,
Where'd you get that? You bring your own? Like, do they have veggies in there?
They have a few, but nothing you can rely on. You know,
Right.
Like you can't like be like, I'll make this.
It's
and go there
it's what's
and-
like going bad in their house and they bring it just down to the shop.
It is exactly that. It is what they're making, and they're like, okay, we ordered a lot of this, so
Yeah.
you can have some. Like the whole, because like they're a network of I think they're Vietnamese.
Really? Okay.
And they're a network, and they this location gets passed on to another family every few years. You're like, did you find the fountain of youth? Because now all of a sudden it's a younger
You're
family.
20 years younger, yeah.
And then I remember the first time it happened, the old owner came in and then started talking to the guy, and I realized, oh, there must be family. And then this happened. So I've lived in St. Henry 10 years.
Yeah.
This is the third group of owners.
Okay.
But they're
And they've all been
but
equally
I've
worried
seen
about
the
you.
second and the first in the store now. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, you get personal relationships with all these people. This guy's the best. He's like the oldest man in the world. I don't know how he's still alive.
Yeah, that rules.
And he like asks you your name, and he like always says it a million times. Oren, Oren, like just 100 times. It's so great.
Yeah.
And they know my pod, so I don't have to be like, can I get the Vipe with the 5% golden tobacco with the box? You know, they just like grab it from me.
Yeah, they know your vape juices.
And they're just so sweet, and they're like the kind of business that you feel bad saying like no longer support. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you feel
of course.
part of my life. But life moves on, Jason.
You're not gonna have a hard time, but you're gonna have a hard time finding a place like that again in the new spot.
It's not gonna exist. There's one like on the I'm gonna come drive to this one again.
Yeah.
Be like,
on Sundays, do your little trip. Like people go to Costco, you go to the fucking corner store.
But I'll probably order the pods online now. You know,
Yeah.
I'll probably do that. It's probably better anyways to do it that way. So I'll probably.
What do you mean better?
Just because I'll buy more at a time, and it won't be like I only buy two boxes at a time
Right.
there because I want to come back. You know, I'm coming back. you know?
Okay.
Even when I bought the Soda Stream, I'm like, I'm not going to be here for 2 bottles of Perrier every day. So
So you felt bad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir.
There are loyal listeners. There are 2 listeners that are on the island.
Yeah. Oh, my did I tell you that my car got ransacked?
No.
Yeah, fucking annoying.
What do you mean?
Well,
You forgot to lock it?
Exactly. Let's say it
Okay.
got broken
Yeah,
into,
yeah,
but
no.
I invited. I put a
Yeah.
sign saying, please, because
Especially because like on the Facebook group for this neighborhood, every day I wake up and I go on Facebook and I see someone's trying to open car doors on your exact street.
what's fucked up about it is that it's guaranteed. It's like every night someone will go door to every single door on every parked car and
Yeah.
open it. So like I really want to put peanut butter or something under my
Do it.
just because I know it'll work. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just hilarious because you know it'll happen.
You won't get the satisfaction of seeing it unless
But-
you just park yourself out at the window.
Great news is that I don't keep anything of value in my car whatsoever. Like literally nothing. It's pretty funny because they made such a fucking mess. Okay, I don't even have that many things in my car, but
Yeah.
somehow they managed to take every item out and put it somewhere on my seat.
Yeah.
And it's funny when you walk into your car at first, like you walk in
And you're like, something's different.
You're like, what did I leave the air on or
Yeah.
something? Like, you're like, what?
It's cool in
yeah.
here.
How did? No, because like you're like, how did all this stuff get fluttered all over
Right,
the place?
right.
At first, you're thinking like, was there an earthquake? And
Yeah.
things got shattered over the shelves, and you're like, that makes no sense. They were in the glove compartment, or
Yeah.
the glove compartment didn't sneeze. You know,
Right.
like that's not what happened. So that's when you're like, fuck, and then instantly you're like, you feel violated. You're like, oh, I'm clutching my pearls, looking around. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like the culprit's gonna be around.
Okay.
And they literally didn't take anything. There was $7 in change that they didn't take.
Didn't even take that?
I couldn't believe they didn't take the change. I was like, okay.
That's free money.
I was like, at least take the change. You're going to make such a goddamn mess. I just wish they put things back. Like, they didn't find anything. Like, why'd they have to make such a mess?
Well,
of
they
everything?
it's a grab and go, man. You gotta fucking go.
I've got this stupid thing that plugs into the audio jack that attaches my Bluetooth to
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
They
yeah.
didn't take that.
So what were they looking for?
They didn't take like a pair of like no, there was no sunglasses or anything. They didn't take my Vipe that was in there. Like, it's just funny. Like, I know why would you
What
take
were
it?
they looking
So
for?
then I was like, oh, they must have taken my windshield washer fluid. That's full. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, they
Well, that's
didn't
like
take-
$4.
I know, just because they could sell it. You know, these guys
Yeah.
are desperate. Just you know, and then they didn't
Well, they
take
could
that.
sell the money for the same amount of money.
And then I was like, they didn't take like I don't know why I was like my shovel or stuff. Like they just take the things that like, but they took literally nothing except one thing, a box of condoms, unopened condoms
Hell yeah.
of skins they're called.
Yeah.
And they were they were in my glove compartment. They were there to make my current girlfriend a little jealous when we were on a break. I was like, grab that from my glove compartment. She's like, are those condoms? I'm like, yeah, no biggie. What? So what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking other women, and yeah, I'm safe about it. So
Yeah.
what? No big deal.
I'm actually kind of a badass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so they took the closed box of condoms. I'm like, oh, I hope they're having good. I hope I saved.
They're having fun with expired condoms in the park.
Dude, I couldn't.
But like if they didn't take the money and they didn't take the vape and they didn't take like the windshield washer fluid, which I don't know why you're surprised about that. But like, what are you looking for besides the condoms? You know,
what? Yeah, I guess
just
some people
too horny at like they go to another car and there's like birth control pills. And like we're set.
look. There's moments when I've left my laptop like in my not overnight, but like things like that, and they're looking for that. Or some people leave their I don't know
Babies. We got a full baby here.
sick another baby tonight. It's been a good night
Throw
for
it
babies.
in the pile.
Yeah. I'm gonna train this one to steal. They have small hands.
Maybe it can carry change.
Dude. And then my fucking car, yeah. So then
and then their battery died, and you have to go get a new battery.
I got a new battery. I didn't have to go. CAA just came and was like, "Look, we just started your car up again for the second time in a week.
Yeah.
Look at the meter," and it's like the meter's coughing. You know what I mean? Because it's just like
It's like I got nothing in me.
And then and I didn't realize how cheap it was. I'm like, okay, take my firstborn child. You know, I was like, it's gonna cost me $500, $600. You know, the battery's not. He's like, I'll put a new one for $212, and I'm like, okay, do it. And then it's funny because you don't get to benefit from these things. It's not like fun when you buy something. It's just now it still works
will
normal.
work for a
You know what I
bit.
mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, start it up.
It won't be a complete.
The guy he's so excited. He's like, start it up, check it out, start it up. And I'm
It's
like,
like, it's
all right.
normal.
And I
It's like
start it.
it's
He goes,
usual.
feel that? I go, no. What are you talking about? Feel that?
I guy fucking loves this job. At least
Feel the hemi in there? No, I don't. Fucking. I feel my hemi in my ass. My hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
My hemi. The only hemi I know about are the hemis in my ass.
Hell yeah, dude.
Should we check if are we?
It's blinking.
20 minutes though. Are we close?
We're probably like a minute away from this thing not recording anymore. Yeah.
Okay, so thought process pause.
So what was that? What was the last thing you said? Sorry about.
I feel like they put their balls everywhere. I feel like they put their balls, or some women like slug slided. On my back.
Just a
seats.
horrible yeasty infection thing, and
I
then
just
it's
keep
just
on
like,
smelling. I weird.
you feel like you smell something.
But it hits me. Like it's not like it's a constant smell, but it'll hit me, and I'll be like,
it's your imagination.
I don't want to get a blue light. See what they. You know what I mean? They did things in there. I don't know.
They don't have time, man. They're going from car to car. They're not dragging their balls out.
Yeah, but it's not like every car's open. It's not like, well, fuck, we have to hit all these cars. We have to drag through all these. Like,
You're right.
You know,
What is the rate actually of cars that are open?
That's why the only thing I like is I like that they went through a moment of elation when the door was open.
Yeah.
To getting nothing. To be like, fuck! Like I love that they got so happy to so pissed off so fast. You know that makes me very. Imagine they were only looking for condoms. Just two. Imagine it was just my horny neighbors just going door to door hoping they'd find condoms because
they're too shy to come up here.
Maybe you never know.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Anyways, hopefully they make a beautiful baby. No, that's true.
Well, maybe they will because they're old condoms, right?
Yeah, they're expired. I would think.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude looks like a lady, so I fucked him. I fucked him because he looked like a lady.
Was that a song? Was that an autobiographical song by Steven Tyler?
Yeah.
Was that just about him?
He's trying to like defend himself. Like, look, he looked like
I just
a lady.
look. I'm not. Yeah.
She had a sexy Adam's apple.
Yeah, they're not too good. Yeah.
Did you read something in that novel that you have over there?
It's not. You know. It's. I did the ask cash or grass thing.
Sick. Done.
Just looking at old notes. I don't know. I just like I keep doing this thing. This like raspy voice thing, like character in the house, you know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And but you remember as a kid, there was always that one kid who had just like a raspy ass voice for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, fucking talk like this all the time. It's like.
No, that guy sounds like the Lord of the Rings thing.
Get Smeagol. I can't do it anymore. I lost it. But I don't know. I always like whenever I'd go like it would be like at summer camp. You'd meet one kid who was so fucking cool and he had a fucking voice. It's like there's something wrong with his voice.
He was cool.
I always wanted a raspy voice when I was a kid.
Right. You wanted one of those?
Yeah.
I alalready smoked, so I had one. Right?
Yeah.
I've been smoking for
Just
5
a kid,
years.
like I don't know. Then just like a kid who's like a psychopath who's like, yeah, I eat butterflies.
Yeah.
My mom says I can eat butterflies if I behave.
Those were the ones that are not okay. You know?
Yeah.
They were not okay.
They're like you don't meet them in school because they're in the classes for like anger management. You know.
Like it's crazy that I never bumped into Kevin. It's because Kevin is in a hospital and has been since he graduated.
He's roaming the halls of the Douglas.
Yeah. Do you have any non-surviving high school members?
Oh yeah, there's this chick who flipped her car like 2 years after we graduated.
Holy shit!
But the thing is that she was always a psycho driver, and she almost killed 2 of my friends my last year of high school. And then she
look
killed
at you,
her
fucking like
no, but she was a
over.
fucking bitch. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing is that like, and also I'd never liked her, and I didn't feel good that she died, but I was like, fucking, called it.
Yeah, called it. Like sick.
Like who? If I were to guess who was gonna die first, it's probably the chick rolling around in her parents' $60,000 Jeep at 120 kilometers an hour and winding roads with
My buddy
black
once
ice.
took a girl out hard. She was in the hospital for like
Oh fuck,
weeks.
that's not fun.
Yeah, they would. Do you know that when you're driving down I think it's still there. They were supposed to get rid of it, but like I remember, like there was an article in the paper about it, and they were talking about how they're going to get rid of this concrete separator. But there's this point. It's like when you're coming down Atwater, and not Atwater, so somewhere in the Westmount area up there.
Okay.
And it's around like when you're driving down, and one's turning up the mountain, and one's going straight.
The boulevard and the other part.
Yeah, exactly. And there's this
and
concrete
it's just like a concrete
block.
thing, and then a house. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just separate, and like you have to turn left if you're in the right lane, and you have to go straight in the left lane.
Yeah.
And so I think he was coming down that, and I think tried to make a decision last second, and it just came into it hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Into the fucking concrete?
But not him. The passenger side, and like that's I think fucks you up even harder. Like he didn't drive.
Yeah.
He obviously got his license taken away because I think he was a little drunk.
Oh, okay.
But
well, that's not fun.
But he didn't drive for years and years. Like I think he only picked up the wheel. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Picked up the wheel.
Yeah.
A little while ago. Fun story.
Yeah. That was. Why? How many people have died from your high schools? High school.
Like 3.
Really?
Yeah. One of the craziest things that happened to us, not someone I went to high school with, but a friend of a girlfriend, my girlfriend in high school. She started dating this older guy who had a very jealous ex who was pregnant with this guy's baby.
Okay.
And so jealous that she started sending threats to this girl who was friends with my girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
And then one day she came outside of her house and like her tires were slashed, like her parents' tires were slashed and all this stuff.
Holy shit.
And then a week later, this woman broke into the girl's house.
This pregnant lady
broke into this girl's house
with strength?
2 guys.
Oh shit, yeah.
And her brother and her mother were home also, and they beat the hell out of the mother and the brother and beat the hell out of her. But then she managed to get a knife.
Terrifying.
And she started stabbing away and managed to kill the pregnant woman.
What the dude?
And
this
then
is a happy podcast.
And then went to jail for killing her, but then was released for self-defense.
That's insane.
Yeah, dude. You know what it's like when you're just like, oh, the paper today. What's this? And you just see and you're like, is that what the fuck? And then you're just calling everyone you know to get any information you can about like this in the inside.
The only time I had anything like that happen was like this kid I played hockey with.
When you killed your friend for doing the gay stuff with you and you didn't want to tell anybody.
Yeah.
Classic Jason story.
No, this kid I played hockey with, his older brother was a goalie like me, and so he was my goalie coach for a few years. And then I opened up the paper like 6 years later, and he was in a bar wearing a bar in Laval, which is
classy.
Classy, exactly.
Best place to be.
And he was wearing a gold chain because he's a fucking wop. And someone in the bar ripped the gold chain off him, and he fucking stabbed the guy in the neck or some shit, and just got off or something. I don't know. He never went to jail.
That's amazing.
I saw him flipping burgers like a year later.
That's amazing. Imagine like you're just hanging out with a guy. It's like you killed a guy in 2012, and you're like,
yeah.
You what?
You what?
Don't they just lock you away forever after? I don't want to see you after you've done that. don't let me say hello to someone who's killed someone.
No, he's flipping burgers. He's making the thinnest burgers in Montreal, baby. Dick Ann's.
I have no no spine that like I would just be like yes-anding to like a guy who could have done awful things.
Yeah. It's like, oh, and then you stabbed him where?
Yeah, exactly. But she was a bitch, She had it coming. Like,
probably, yeah.
Crazy women, just like smiling and nodding to the most horrible.
He ripped your chain, you say?
Yeah,
it was one of those little chili pepper chains because you're Italian. Hey, I get it.
You need that.
Yeah,
you have that.
I don't know. Besides that, I don't know if anyone else is. I don't know. Then it's the odd ones where it's like, they don't really give a cause of death. So, it's like, oh, okay.
How many gay boys?
I think it was all the ones that you would assume,
Yeah.
Like it was like.
We had one anomaly. Like we only thought one guy was 100. Everyone, like we put to the point where you don't even make fun of him because you just knew he was
exactly.
gay.
That's what
And he's married, kids, no problem. Just the most effeminate man in the entire world, turns out. And what's funny is that I knew a guy who used to make fun of him for being gay.
And of course he's gay.
Yeah, it turns out he's
gay. For him. Is he happy?
Yeah, very happy. I remember like my sister bumped into him at a gay bar because my sister was with her gay friends at a gay guy bar, and he was there, and he was like. Like I think he thought it was like this whole moment, even though she was like, "Hey, there's," you know what I mean? She wasn't thinking about it. Like, and he like came up to her and he's like, "So you saw me?" And she was like, "Yeah."
Sometimes straight people hang out here too. Yeah.
And he's like,
"That's what you tell yourself."
You can tell Oren. It's okay, And I made him sound so much more gay than he does. He was
Yeah?
like, "You can tell Oren, it's okay." He
Yeah.
was like,
He's
"You can tell
you
Oren."
can actually tell Oren that I like dick.
I think I told you there was one dude who came out of the closet who really left fielded it.
Left field, yeah.
Left fielded it. He was like captain on the hockey team and all this stuff. And I bumped into him years later. I didn't know yet. I bumped into him years later. I were at a movie theater. I was going to see like Borat or something. And he was
walking out of Brokeback Mountain.
No, but he was by himself at the moment. And I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, "Good." I'm like, "Going to see Borat?" He's like, "No, Mamma Mia." And I was like, "Mamma Mia," and he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Cool." And then after the movie was done, his movie was ending at the same time, and I saw him coming out with another guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and right before I said, "Hey, you still playing hockey?" He's like, "No, I'm teaching yoga now." So when I left, I was like, yoga, going to see Mamma Mia with another dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how do you have any other way? And what's also nuts about this?
Did you find out for real or no? You're just speculating?
Well, then I sucked his dick, and I was like, okay, how did that feel?
That
and he's like, I liked it. I'm like, you're gay.
Yeah, okay.
That means you're gay. What's interesting about him, though, is that both his brother and his sister are also gay.
What are the odds?
It's really like
there's something in that cum.
Yeah, that's all you need is one family like that in a Jewish community.
Yeah.
For them to all guarantee that means that it's because of the way you're raised. You know what I mean? 3 from the one family. There's no chance. You're gonna tell me that that's not because they lived under
nurture?
It's because they lived under the electrical line.
Yeah. In Dollard, they lived in Dollard near Centennial Park.
That's what happens when you have no sidewalks. Okay.
Yeah. You walk crooked in the street.
You
can't walk a straight line. It's not safe. There's cars coming at you. You got to swerve, just like your sexuality's got to swerve.
But I will say that probably in grade 9, in like 99, they probably told us that like 20% of us were 25% of the guys or something were going to end up coming out of the closet.
Why? I always thought it was 10. That was the number that they threw at us.
10%. So whatever it was, I'm making it up, but it was something like that.
25 would be insane.
Thinking about it, like really thinking about it, not in like the laughing way, just actually thinking about
like
how
looking at the numbers.
And it was like it's not possible. Look, like thinking about the guys and like really thinking about like maybe, but and then it turned out to be really true. Like I think it's 8 guys or 9 guys from my grade. Like
I just don't think I kept in touch enough. I guess even on Facebook, I don't think like
it's funny that not as many women really when you think about it.
It came out as
no, I mean to this day like are not like there's not that many lesbians. A lot of gay guys have come from my grade, but not a lot of lesbians.
You went to an all boys school, which
are there
explains
a lot more gay men than there are lesbians? You think?
I think if you I think maybe it's a appendage situation. I think if you like dick, you know what I mean? Let's look at this scientifically.
I think the truth is we're all lesbians deep down,
yes,
so it really doesn't make a difference. You know, they don't even count them because we're all lesbians.
No, but I think it's easier for
even a gay dude's a lesbian.
I think it's easier for women to be bi maybe than guys. There's more of a stigma, I think.
No, that's socially for sure.
Yeah. So like if you're gonna like,
I guess it's impossible to take that out of the equation. You know what I mean? You can't really like talk about be who's gay and who's not without the social stigma part of it because it's like part of the whole thing. You know, right?
Yeah, I know, 100%.
I hide my homosexuality under the mattress.
Your homosexuality?
My homosexuality.
I don't know. All I know is that I like my girlfriend's dick, and that's all I need to know.
It's sexy.
Hey, wait, no. I forgot she's a real person. I can't just say that.
Put lipstick on the tip and make it talk to me.
Well, no, she couldn't be Jewish in that.
That's what I do. I put lipstick on the tip and I put Scotch tape on both ends and I pull on the sides and I go, "Hello, baby."
Yeah. To yourself.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at. I put googly eyes on the top of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, have conversations with my dick.
Hell yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
No, I think my dog's gay though.
I mean, that's okay. People are like really funny if they were really specifically gay. Like it'd be really funny if you refused to fuck women and only like if you found an actual gay dog, you know, not a dog that would have sex with a male dog, but that would only have sex with a male
like
dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you were trying to breed a dog and they refused to have sex, and then you put a guy.
I can't get it up, man.
Yeah, he just blows. He's like, sorry.
You just gotta show it a picture of like fucking the dog from Sit Ubu Sit, and he's like, okay, now I can go.
It's really fucked when you think about the way they induce animals so they get the semen in a container. You know, like they don't naturally let these animals have sex.
What are you talking about now? Cows, dogs?
All animals.
Okay, well, like for bulls, they got machines.
Literally,
they make it fuck a machine.
Yeah, well, that's what they call you because you're so good at it.
It's me and Bert Kreischer, the two machines.
They're like, how much fluid can you hold in your mouth and spit in a bucket? Is that really how you guys do it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Uh,
It's like the Fear Factor competition. You have to hold it, get to the other bucket, spit it out.
yeah, I don't know. There's no machine for dogs. Is that what you're trying to say? Because bulls, there's a machine. I get it. It's industrial farming.
Horses, they jerk off with like a glove. They have this special glove thing that they wrap
horses
around.
are way more romantic.
Yeah, it's like-
They're sensual.
It's crazy. I mean, it's
Horses
so,
are like, look me in the eye.
it's nuts. But I wonder, like, you got to think, like, what's the thought process to the person doing it? Is it purely medical? You know,
I can't imagine
Do they
that you
want
become
it
a
to be-
horse vet without liking horses.
do they want the horse to have a good time? You know what I mean? Do you whisper to the horse a little bit, just like, good girl.
Why is a good girl? It's the
That's
boy.
true. Oh yeah, because he likes to be called a girl.
Okay,
that's
okay,
his kink.
yeah.
You don't know this horse. That's the horse's kink. It's been pinch its nipples.
I don't know, man.
The horse is like, look, I cannot come unless you suck on my balls while I jerk off.
Because like,
while I jerk off.
it's not just a regular vet for a horse vet. You know, it's a horse vet.
Yeah,
It's an equine, whatever. Equine vet. So that guy went into school, and by the end of year one of fucking dick school, you know what you're getting into, and you just keep going.
There's a whole semester just on the dick. Like, oh, year 7 is.
It's a pop out book.
Yeah.
Just a pop up book. It's just a horse dick coming out of every page.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe people fuck horses. That's insane. That's a big.
That's one of the first things you hear about in when you're like, well, maybe not anymore with the internet the way it's grown, but like when I was growing up, that's like one of the first things you hear about is
think
like
I've even
there's a guy
mentioned
fucking a horse. Yeah, Mr. Han, or no, is it Mr. Hans? Is that?
Yeah. There's the guy who there's one where it's just a 2-second clip where like they're leading it in, like ready to get it ready, and then the horse just like
I have not seen any of them. The one
pumps into looks like he's trying to give a boost to like a rocket ship. You know what I mean? The way he thrusts into this thing, and you know that guy's not alive.
No, he's dead.
I just watched the guy die via horse dick to the brain.
There's that. The only guy I've seen probably die is the guy who just shoved the jar up his ass, and it's just blood everywhere, and then
Ew!
it just cracked in his ass.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I remember reading a story about a porn star who used one of those anal vases that they put in their asses in those videos. You know,
a vase.
You know those giant fucking gaugers and fucking dildos that are glass, and there was just a small crack in the glass, and it fucking that's crazy.
Internal bleeding.
That's all I could think of. I once I served a drink to a guy at a restaurant. There was a tiny crack in the glass at the top, and it caught the customer's lip while he was drinking. And when he pulled away, he just
split
took with his lip and split, and he was gushing. Man, the blood was crazy at the table, and also me, I was once cleaning a glass, and there was a small rip in the side of the glass, and when I went like that, like when I curved the side with the inside of my hand, it just sliced me open. I had to get stitches. So glass like fucks with me like that. Like anytime.
Well, that's like what's the fucking bar rescue guy? You know what I'm talking about? The guy, the bar rescuer.
Yeah, I know.
I've never seen him get angry or at anything besides like it's not
chip
it's
glass.
Well, it's like people going with the glass to scoop ice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's really dumb.
That and the flow of the bar.
That's
if
the
people
dumbest
can't
thing.
dance, that's the second angriest he gets.
And that becomes double dumb because then you can not only chip a glass and not know, then you can also scoop some glass for someone else to fucking drink,
which looks like ice.
It's fucking
for a fucking idiot like me, who's got anxiety and wants to chew on ice, be chewing on glass.
There's a lot of things like that I hate seeing. One thing I hate seeing in restaurants is waiters pick up glasses by the inside.
Yeah, with a thumb.
Like, I don't care that you're washing them. It's a fucking visual thing that I'm drinking out of the same thing.
Yeah, because you're not going to wash your hands after, and then you're going to bring your food with the thumb on the plate, too.
I hate those moves. There's certain things that people do.
We should wrap up soon because curfew's coming. It's still curfew if you're wondering when this is.
It's getting late. My plan is to keep Jason here extra so he gets arrested.
So I get a $1,600 fine.
You know why? Because the romance is dead, and I think a conjugal visit would really spice things up between you and I.
They take me to the holding cell.
I get there, I'm like, fuck, I forgot. I don't have the condoms anymore.
Hey, now that's a callback. That's how you wrap it up.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Tell your friends. We love you all.
Yeah, please keep listening. We have paid until the end of June, so it's going to happen at least until then.
We're going to discuss it when the time comes.
We might make it a seasonal thing. Maybe we'll make another season after, take a break and I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Maybe we'll only do paid episodes on a Patreon.
Maybe we'll do that. We'll see what happens.
Stay tuned.
Goodbye.
Bye.